Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Bonus content for Suikoden Season 4. Have you heard about it? What we're going to release?
14 episodes deep. We haven't released anything yet?
No, Eric, we haven't. And the main thing that we've decided to feature for our bonus series for Suikoden this season is going to be covering the Suikoden visual novel style games. Volume 1, The Swordsman of Harmonia, and Volume 2, Duel at Crystal Valley. Those are both visual novels that take place within the Suikoden universe with a lot of crossover with the second game. The first Suikoden game takes place roughly halfway through Suikoden 2, and the second one takes place at the conclusion of Suikoden 2. So we can't cover those until we get all the way through Suikoden 2. So we're going to do something a little bit different for this season's bonus content. So we have some stuff to release. Also, there's a lot of shit to cover. So we are going to do 2 character tournaments for this season, 1 for each game, and to explain the entire plot of the video game to our spouses episodes for 1 for each game. Please look forward to those 2 at the conclusion of the Suikoden series Season 4, Part 1. Yeah, there you go. We'll roll with it from there, Eric. Does that sound okay with you?
That sounds wonderful, Chris. And
Great.
I'm also going to make Chris do either 10,000 Bullets or Eludian Chronicles prequel game.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk more about that later. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I recorded?
Yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Chris.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese RPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, Part 1, covering Suikoden, and also, as you might know from previous episodes of the podcast, my name is Chris, and I'm joined today by Eric. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, nice to see you again. We are also united in holy matrimony. No, not matrimony.
It's not holy either, dumbass.
It's not holy. Unholy.
A perfect union.
Yes, bonds of sea and fire with the Real Net, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join us at patreon.com/retroam. Join us, listen to us pod, hear us talk about Clark.
Who's this episode brought to us
This
by,
episode
Chris?
is brought to you by Mr. Slike. Thank you, Mr. Slike, for your patronage. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome, Chris.
I hope you're here tonight. No, Mr. Slike's not here.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion and capturable enemy opponent in G. Darius by Taito.
Initializing fake net.
If I had to pick between siding with humanoids or biovessels, I would simply choose to expire.
Is G. Darius, what is G. Is that a shooter?
You may call it Darius in your
yeah.
nomenclature. It's the shooter where you're in outer space and there's a bunch of mechanical fish all the time.
Yeah.
G. Darius or Darius was unique because you could fire out a capture ball and pretty much recruit any enemy to be a part of your ship with its own unique firing patterns.
Cool. Well, hello, Darius and Fake Net.
Hello, Chris.
Nice to see you again.
You look like Star Scream sounds.
Darius Rucker.
Yeah, thanks. Great. It's wonderful. Only want to be with you, Fake Net.
Get on with the ceremony.
So, Eric, we left off with the recruitment of Milich Oppenheimer. He has joined our team, and so has his hat.
Yes, we betrayed our principles and morals and got the Knight of Flowers to come and set up his rooftop garden above Kwanda.
Yes, but in his defense, he was equipped with a black rune that was causing all of his worst impulses to come forth.
Eventually this is going to be something like, oh, it wasn't me, I was under the influence of the black rune. It's like, no. When you drink, you just become who you really are.
Yeah, that's true.
You chose to drive that car.
Which is
your fault that she's dead.
Yes, which is an interesting point to tee off the conversation we'll have later. So has Stallion come to warn us yet? Is that where we left off?
Yeah, Stallion warned us, and then we get auto-teleported back to our glorious island fortress.
One bit of housekeeping, Soul Eater housekeeping. Can we introduce a segment called Soul Eater housekeeping? Is that okay with you?
Eat my soul.
So, sure. Now, someone close to Tyr McDowell has died yet again. Thus, his Soul Eater has leveled up. It has eaten another soul. Therefore, it has another spell. Did you know that?
No, I don't use such things. Seems dangerous. Seems evil.
It is evil, but it is powerful. So in addition to our deadly fingertips, we now have the Black Shadow.
What's that do?
It attacks all enemies with massive damage, one could say. It is the same, in terms of its animation and its sound effects, it is the same spell that Ted used to destroy that queen butt ant lady thing
Oh, the QBAL.
Queen Ants, yes, I
Okay.
think that's what it was called. Yes, so we now have access to that ability. It's quite powerful, probably more powerful than your double stick attack or whatever you're doing with Kai.
Unite. It's taking out everybody. It's wiping the floor with every enemy I put in front of it. Do not insult my strategies.
Fine, I won't. I support magic builds in Elden Ring and also tier Kai unite attacks in this game.
Thank you. Respect my katana.
Yes.
So I go to that war room, and Matthew is here with someone I don't recognize.
Yep.
He says this is Kasumi the Ninja, not the Jaguar game called Kasumi Ninja, but rather the ninja from the hideout at Rokkaku.
Yes. Just a rumor.
Do we know what Rokkaku is? Yeah.
No, this is the first time this has been
I was like,
introduced to
I
us.
know Kaku, but not is it like Rokkaku, the
No.
leveled up version?
I'm not even sure, and maybe this will be revealed later, but I'm not even sure that Rokkaku is a place that we'll visit in this game.
So they're just making shit up.
Yeah, well, we've got to, you got to tease the world
Okay.
a little bit. You got to talk about.
So when the world map that we eventually have, and when this game is complete, is revealed, is that not a map of the world? It's only a map of this current region.
It is a map of the Scarlet Moon Empire. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes because when we started playing, I didn't know Suikoden 2 was a linear sequel from this. I just thought it was like another game under the themes of Suikoden in a different world. But you're telling me it does follow this game in time
Yes.
with similar people.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Kasumi has a portrait. She has
Yeah.
short black hair, blue eyes looking upward, and a pink flowing scarf. She introduces herself, then says, Rokkaku held off Imperial rule for a long time, but it finally fell to Teo Mictel's forces. Our boss, Hanzo, helped me to escape, with instructions to report carnage to the Liberation Army. Master Tyr, I would like to join you in battle.
Kasumi joins. Eric, when you hear the name Hanzo, what do you think of?
I'm a junior weeb, so Kill Bill.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah.
Hattori Hanzo, which was Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill was named after an actual samurai name, Hattori Hanzo. Would you like to hear some information about Kasumi? She's now joined us.
I'm upset that I couldn't reply to her when she talked about Teo Mictel as my father, you mean my dad.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Yeah, good point. Kasumi is the Chikyu star, the intelligent star. She is age 16, a 16-year-old ninja.
Seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's fine. She has a weapon, Eric. It's called a dart, and the dart can be named the Sakura, the Big Sakura, or the Max Sakura.
Sakura's cherry blossom leaves, right?
Yes.
Why is that synonymous with darts? Is it because they bleed?
I think that any ranged weapon that is not a bow is just called a dart in this game. So it's probably like a shuriken or something of that nature. She can participate in a unite attack, the pretty girl attack, with other pretty girls, and the ninja attack.
But Kasumi's beauty is concealed behind her mask. Also, she's 16. You were legally not allowed to find her attractive, Chris.
I didn't say that she was attractive. I
She's
said
in the
that,
pretty girl club, Chris.
That's fine. I do like Kasumi. She's in the poster. We have now almost all the characters in the poster. I think there's one or two we don't have yet. So, hello, poster. In the war battles, she participates on the team of ninjas. Now, what's great about the team of ninjas, do you know? They are sneaky, and they are like the team of thieves that have a 50% chance of telling us what the next move of the enemy is. The ninjas have a 100% chance of telling us what the move is.
They won't show up like Kryn and just take a dump on the floor and then smile.
Yes, much better than Kryn. I appreciate them. Her battle cry is, please let me take care of it. And she can't die because that's not a combatant team, but she has a death quote in the game's coding. It says, goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye, horses.
Yeah, so thank you, Kasumi, for joining our team. We've got a ninja, our first ninja. Love ninjas. They seem good.
I guess that is our first ninja, yeah.
We've met Kage, but we don't have him.
She tells us to hurry because Teo's army is near Dad's army, Chris. Cleo, who walked up at some point, knows what's up. She says, so the day has finally arrived. And Pown says, I am to fight General Teo. Matthew says we must prepare to meet them. Then the music stops, and it cuts out to the docks. Gen is out here looking around some crates, but then he sees something and runs inside. He then appears in the war room and says, they're here. They're finally here on the far shore. Quite a number of troops. So Teo is marching across our land like we're not going to meet him. He's coming to fuck us up.
I think they're not crossing. It doesn't appear that they're crossing the lake, but they're just amassing troops on the other side of the lake.
Waiting for us to cross, as if we don't have a boat that can go all over the goddamn lake.
Do we not have catapults? I mean, I guess
have
we
you
don't.
seen one yet?
I haven't seen a catapult, no. We definitely don't have fire spears either. Matthew suggests that we set up a brief skirmish just to test our father's power.
You pick fine but I'd rather not fight my father.
I picked fine because if my father's coming to fight me, I'm going to fight my father back.
I don't know, man.
Have you ever fought your dad?
No, I mean, not since I was like 2.
Yeah, I've never fought my dad either, but if your dad steps to you, are you supposed to fight back?
Wasn't that the plot of Hot Rod? He wanted to beat up his dad?
I don't know. All I remember about Hot Rod is that I saw it the day my dog died. Not the dog that I had here, but the dog, my childhood dog.
Battle with Teo, we're launched in. Music, Collision plays.
Yes, we're clashing.
Teo says, traitors, I'll show you no mercy, not even for my son. I swear by my name, Teo McDowell.
Why are you such a cop, Dad? Like, he's really into being he's really into his team, right?
Something that I'm going to debate for this entire arc is whether Teo McDowell is being controlled by a dark rune or whether he just loves this shit.
Yeah, I actually had the same kind of observation. Did you note your army totals, your soldiers? How many did you have?
I had 14,000 versus 10,065. So I assume I'm the 10,065.
Yes, I have 10,905. So because I went back and got those characters in Scarlet Leticia Castle maybe before you did. After Teo talks some shit, I decided to deploy my new ninja friend Kasumi out there, and she tells me that the next plan is the armored cavalry. Yeah. Which I think we heard about the armored cavalry when we were doing some Teo McDowell lore towards the beginning of the show.
And on the tiny battlefield, they have huge swords and they're all riding horses, which we haven't seen before.
Yeah, and they're remember we had the fake net look up something like the Gull horses or the
Yeah,
Gull...
she insulted us tremendously.
Yeah, and that's what those are, because we'll see them a little bit later. We'll see their sprites in the main view, and they look kind of like kangaroos, sort of.
Yeah.
Armored kangaroos. It's weird.
My only notes for this battle are nothing I goddamn do works. No one on their team even dies. Is this game about to throw its second of 5 total war battles?
My friends are dying.
This is humiliating me.
Yes.
Goddamn LaPont swears by his sword that he'll defeat Teo, and he fucking whiffs big time.
Yeah. It's all bad. You can't do anything. And
never trust LaPont.
No, don't do it. And after you, I guess, lose, you're meant to lose, but after you lose, Matthew says, we're stamped out.
Yeah.
To our regret.
We're all over.
2 separate sentences.
Do you remember how many dudes you had left at the end?
I think it was 0.
I had 772.
Oh,
and I was like, come on, man, let's rally.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay, I don't remember if he took me all the way out or not, but either way.
Theme of Tension ensemble version plays.
Mm-hmm. We cut to a view of Tyr, Matthew, Pown, and Cleo standing outdoors on a generic road. Like I guess we're zooming into the middle of the battlefield. Matthew is busy telling us at this rate we'll be wiped out. We'd better pull out before we receive any more damage, which is a weird way to phrase that. As we run off, Teo and a red cape man and a green cape man run in with a bevy of armored kangaroos. They look cool. Teo tells Alan and Grenzel to go after them, crush the Liberation Army, kill the libs.
There's multiple videos on the internet of people fighting kangaroos, and usually the people lose.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to assume that, like, armored kangaroos would just fuck your shit right up.
I can't imagine a kangaroo, like, doing any damage to kangaroo. Like, could you,
No.
how many points of damage could you do to a kangaroo?
I don't even know where to hit one.
Yeah.
Like you saw that one video of the Australian guy clocking one in the face, and it just takes it, and it glares at him.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with that. I've played Tekken 2.
KO. Roger. Wins.
It then cuts back to our party where Pown speaks. He says, Master Tyr, I'll hold them off. Please escape. Hurry. Cleo can't believe this shit, saying, Pown, you can't fight them alone. Do you want to die? Then Pown replies sensibly, I don't plan to. But unless we are willing to risk our lives, we'll never stop Master Teo. We get a choice. Pown, I'll see you later, or good luck.
Yeah, I chose Pown, I'll see you later.
Oh, I told this guy good luck.
Because, how do you read Pown, I'll see you later? Like, is that me saying, you're going to be fine, I'll see you when you get back?
I think so. That's putting your faith in him. Good luck seems more pessimistic, even though it's literally better.
It must be a weird translation or a mistranslation or something, because when I say that, Pown tells Tyr not to try to stop him. So it's weird.
It's read different ways.
He says, you must not die here. Don't waste the life Gremio gave you, is Pown's response to that.
When I tell him good luck, he says, no problem, I'll be back for dinner.
Yeah.
But to me, like, Gremio just got owned, and I'm picture Pown is being set up to fail now too, so Tyr can lose everyone close to him.
Yes.
Like, they're just going to start dropping off one by one until it is just he who remains.
Mm-hmm. It is how it seems to be going. Cleo says, it's a promise, Pown, and Pown says, sure.
And he stays behind to meet Teo and his new henchman.
Yes. Teo tells Pown to get out of his way. You can feel that tension building right here because, Pown was a big Teo man.
Oh, yeah.
He was big
Top
on that.
enforcer.
Yeah, remember that at one point, Pown betrayed us, and he's worked his way to this point. He's on our side for real now.
I kind of expected Pown to defect again, like unable to resist his cop background.
That would have been an interesting twist
and
here.
then recop.
Yeah, that would have been a really interesting way to send the story. But I think what they do is pretty good too. Pown says he can't.
Yeah, he apologizes. I'm sorry, but I can't.
And Teo asks Pawn, dare you defy me?
He gets
Pawn.
harder.
Yes. Pawn replies, I was once an Imperial subject and even betrayed Master Tyr, but now I know exactly what I want and how I want to live. Now that I know these things, I cannot let them go. So
suitable.
Yeah, Pawn
He's
is
tasted freedom.
Expressing his character development right there.
Something other than I'm hungry.
Yeah, finally.
Or I'm sorry.
Where's my food, period?
Teo's like, I see. I never thought I would ever have to fight you. Alan, and Alan is spelled A-L-E-N, Heresy Alan.
Yeah, is it like Erich?
Might as well be.
Yeah.
FakeNet, where does the Ian and Alan come from etymologically, please?
Initializing FakeNet.
The variants Alan with an A and Alan with an E are generally considered to be derived from the surnames Allen and Allen. The form Alan with an A is used mainly in Scotland and North America. In England, the given names Alan and Alan with 2 L's are considerably less popular than Alan with 1 L.
Grenseal, which is a hard as fuck name if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Stand back. It's one-on-one, Pawn. Pawn replies, on guard, Master Teo. Music, ultimate enemy with the wind plays. And we're in another shifting
Critical situation.
1 versus 1 battle.
Critical situation.
Against Teo's father.
Has the wind piped into it.
It's the same song.
But the wind is there.
Do you acknowledge wind in this game? Are you a slave to Windy, Chris? I don't acknowledge wind. I just say it's the ultimate enemy.
Okay, fine.
Are you corrupted by a rune over here, Chris?
Dad is the ultimate enemy. Okay, gotcha.
Dad is the ultimate.
Fine. Teo declares the... Oh, yeah?
I think it's very cool that this isn't Tyr doing a one-on-one. I think it is interesting they're doing Pawn instead of Tyr.
Teo declares that he will show no mercy. And of course, Eric, since this was your first time playing this game, everybody tells you, Eric, make sure you keep Pawn leveled up. Make sure you keep his weapon upgraded. All of that led to this moment. This is why you have to do that.
This seems like a big... I mean, the game does put Pawn in your party multiple times, but to expect you to do this when you've got like a significant allotment of characters to be using at this point in time, like Pawn can easily get left behind. And goddamn, if you don't cheat at this game, I don't understand how you upgrade weapons. Not cheat, but exploit Gaspar's dice game. I've done that like 6 times at this point.
Yeah, me too.
Maxed my shit out.
Yeah, I maxed my shit out and like just did 1 round of upgrades and then I was almost broken.
Like when I get a new character, and I use them, I max them out and buy them the best armor, and I'm down to like 300,000 bits.
Yeah.
Like it takes like a significant part of my fortune to make one person good at this game. Maybe if you talk to Opal, Odin. What's the lady that tells you?
Gilgamesh. O'Neill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe she should tell you, I sure hope Pawn's doing well today. You better be eating, my boy.
Yeah, I remember when I first played this section when I was a teenager or kid or whatever. Pawn, of course, at this point in time, I lost the battle because I didn't use Pawn, and he dies. Like if you lose, if you lose this battle, Pawn is dead. And
so it actually could be setting you up for a Gremio situation.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems rare that he would win, honestly.
Yeah, and I remember wondering, like after I lost this battle, well, what would happen if I win? And it's really neat that they baked it in to allow you to win this. And this is, of course, required in order for you to get the best ending. Pawn must live.
This does make me think that because it was 1995, after this, Pawn will have no more meaningful dialogue in the entire game.
That is true.
To account for him not being there.
That is true, and I think it would be relatively easy to write a character in and out of a game with this many characters because you could just not have them there anymore. You could use Cleo or somebody else in those situations. But despite having Pawn leveled up pretty good and having his weapon upgraded as far as I could, it's still a relatively difficult battle if you don't, like in terms of the amount of damage he's dealing out. You can take an L here even if you are ready for it.
Or you can look up a guide and look up all of his lines and respond appropriately with the paper, rock, scissors battle and just kick the fuck out of him.
Yes, like a true gamer.
Yeah. I got some lines here. Now that I've seen what you've got, I'll show you what I can do. And you defend. He whiffs and I punch him in the dick and balls. Then he says, did you see me coming? I desperate attack. Teo repeats himself to show Pawn what he can do. I defend again. I knock Teo out, and he takes a knee, then fires off some dots.
Yep.
We go back to the regular field. No music.
Teo tells Pawn that he has improved. Pawn says that because he was told to level up on GameFAQs.
Suiko source, please.
Or he'd be dead right now. You're right. Teo calls for Alan and Grenseal to retreat.
And they're company men, so they go with him.
Yes, of course.
But even though Alan, who has a portrait, by the way, meaning he'll be on our team at some point. I think,
these are both very handsome looking knightly dudes.
He says, if you let me, General, I'll take his head. And imagine your boss who's better than you gets his ass kicked and you think you can beat Pawn now? No way.
Yeah, that's almost, it's almost like he's insulting him, saying he could beat him.
Teo tells Alan to shove it up his ass and says, I said retreat, are you deaf? Alan then complies.
Yep.
After Teo leaves, Pawn drops to the ground, laughs, and asks an interesting question. I won, or did he show mercy and let me go? And it fades out. What do you think, Chris?
Let me read a RealNet comment here that will tee this off.
Titus?
Tee this off.
Bobetus?
Cal-El says Teo is 100% make Greg Minster great again. Like, Teo is very much married to the building of this empire, and he's very loyal to his king. His bond with his son was not enough to stop him from bringing his entire army to attack our castle. So would his bond with one of his former employees be enough to go easy on him? I don't think so.
No, I don't either.
I think Pawn's just been working out, and he's ready for this shit.
You know how Pawn wears red and Cleo primarily wears purple/blue? Mm-hmm. Would you consider that Teo's bonds of sea and fire?
Ding noise. Yeah, great.
Let's go back to the castle, Chris. Glorious Island Fortress place. Fourth floor. This is just a rumor place.
Yeah, more rumors coming out
Matthew
here.
says the soldiers are exhausted and we better rest. Sanchez tells Tyr his bed is ready and please clear your mind and rest. Victor is still miffed about the war battle. What the hell is that? Our attacks are useless. Victor, don't use present tense for things that happened in the past. Flick seems to answer Victor's question because all he says is armored cavalry.
Yeah, he's speechless.
Nobody ever thought about putting armor on horses before, Chris. How are we going to beat that?
Well, Eric.
We go to our room and go to sleep.
Yeah, a nap. We need a nap first.
Touching theme plays.
And our old friend Leknaat appears.
Who I still don't believe is innocent.
She's waking Tyr's ass up and saying rise and grind.
Yeah.
And I don't trust those people.
She says, Tyr, you are lost and confused. Gremio's death, your battle with your father, but you must go on and we get a choice. Why must I? Or perhaps, but.
What'd you say?
Why must I?
Why must I, indeed?
I'm done. We've got a nice castle here. I've got 65 friends.
Yes, her response is, it is about time I tell you about myself and my older sister, Wendy. Did we know that? We didn't know that, did we?
They're sisters? Yeah.
We did?
I think so.
Okay.
I knew that before this.
All right, I wasn't sure if that was revelation was from now or earlier. My sister Wendy and I are survivors of the clan of the Gate.
Not surprised we're in the clan.
Yeah, she then tells Tyr to look at the rune that Ted gave him. Remember Ted?
Yeah, he gave us the power glove.
Yeah, right. She explains the Soul Eater is one of the 27 true runes. All runes are born of the 27 true runes. Therefore, the 27 true runes hide terrible powers within them. I'm not sure that one of those sentences leads to the next one, but it's there. She goes on to say that the Soul Eater has yet to unleash its true potential, adding that Wendy also carries one of the 27 true runes, the Gate rune.
Gate rune.
Gate rune.
Yes. If you notice, I've referred to the war that is going on at this moment as the Gate Rune Wars, which is how these wars are referred to in the wikis. That's why. The Gate Rune is terribly powerful, but she wants something greater, and that is why she is after you. If my sister obtains 2 true runes and uses them for revenge, it will be catastrophic for this world. The true runes are far too powerful to be used by humans. Only you can stop my sister. Time is running out. Do not lose your confidence. Be brave.
So I don't want them to do this, but at any point in this game, do they start explaining shit about why there's 27 of these things and like what great ancient race birthed them to fight off the ocean of stars?
That is one of the great things about Suikoden, is that they give you enough to chew on in terms of the larger cosmic conflict. But if you really want to dig into that, you've got to like go buy pamphlets and shit. Like in real life.
Like it's Xenogears?
Yeah. So I enjoy how they've introduced that, but it's mostly playing out in the background of the military and political conflict that's going on here. I've been watching a lot of Star Wars recently with my kids, and it's something that early Star Wars did really well, of giving you tiny nuggets that you can like build these universes in your head and think about the potential.
Like how there's a buried dragon on Tatooine, you see the fucking backbone skeleton, and you don't know that 30 years later in Mandalorian Season 2, the dragon's going to be real.
Yeah, or like when Obi-Wan Kenobi says, I fought with your father in the Clone Wars.
Right.
Like that was like just a nugget.
Birth the whole fuck. Oh my God.
And there's like 100 episodes of a cartoon.
Also, I have to correct you. Leia said that, not Obi-Wan said that.
No, Obi-Wan said that as well. I watched episode 4 like last week. Leia did say you fought with my father in the Clone Wars, but I'm pretty sure. Do I need to ask the fake net?
Yeah.
Because the way you're looking at me is making.
I want to hear Alec Guinness say the word Clone Wars.
Okay,
please.
don't pipe it in. We don't want Disney to take us down.
I'll pipe it in reverse.
You could just confirm it, fake net. Fake net.
Initializing fake net.
Only Luke and Leia spoke the words Clone Wars in episode 4 of the Star Wars saga.
So anyway, it fades out and it's morning again.
We're in the war room. Matthew chooses now to say he was saved by Odessa.
Yeah, I wrote Matthew notes that he was saved by Odessa, question mark?
The hell?
I think that he's saying, everybody took a nap and had an idea. You ever take a nap and had an idea? I do it all the time.
I have the absence of ideas. That's where they get flushed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know how people say that they use the expression, I need to sleep on it? Like, that actually works for me. Like, a lot of times, sleep or just separation from the moment or the project allows me to, allows ideas to flow into my
Unless
head.
I have solved the problem, I cannot sleep.
Oh, well, is that why you stay up too late playing Elden Ring?
Yes.
Okay.
And now it's done. It's finished. Now I'm at rest, quite literally.
Well, I think what Matthew's referring to is that he went to bed and he woke up and he was like, oh, yes, Odessa has saved us because Odessa has left us her lasting legacy.
And her body's dissolving in a pit below.
Yeah. Speaking of, Flick tells me, the leader, to listen up. He has a great idea. He brings up the fire spears. Remember the fire spears?
I do like how they seeded that, early in the game, and now it's finally coming back. This bonkers plan.
Yeah. Flick says that if we get the fire spears, we can beat my dad, my father.
Beat up my dad.
Flick says, after all, the fire spear was Odessa's final gift.
I'm like, was it a gift, or did we just contract a ninja to give us plans to give to a quote-unquote secret factory?
Well, I think she was facilitating the manufacturing thereof. Like, she got her mission.
She financed it?
She got, I don't know, I can't remember where she got the plans from, but she was like,
I don't know if we'd let a spear on fire. That's a fucking plan, Chris.
She was the PM.
All right.
She was just making sure that everybody had the right resources to accomplish this, and we'll find out more about that later.
Sanchez isn't so sure about this. He says, when the old Liberation Army's hideout was attacked, it seems that other hideouts were destroyed as well. We don't know if the secret factory survived.
We don't. It's true.
Thank God it's not in the middle of an open field, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew says we have no choice but to find out. We gotta fuck around. Talking to Flick again suggests we need to get to the secret factory in the north.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the docks. My boys Glenn and Commandole, those old jokers, are down here.
Yeah.
My boat looks like the golden speedboat from Miami Vice.
It's great.
Gen says,
hey, boss.
Commandole corrects Gen, not boss, master tier. Glenn tells Commandole, shut your mouth. Anyway, take a look at this high-speed boat I made. Fuck war, get these guys to start the Industrial Revolution. That's where the money's at, Chris.
I agree. One thing that I forgot about this game is how much of a essential cog in terms of like the main cast of characters that Gen becomes.
Yeah.
Because he's in a lot of these scenes, and we talked about Boat Guy, but Gen is like the best version of Boat Guy.
Boat Guy, yeah. He's surpassed Taiho and Yamku.
Yeah.
I picture like we're going to bring the boat back in one day and Commandole's going to be like face down in the water floating and Gen be like, he slipped.
Yeah.
Hit his head.
I don't know.
Nothing we could do.
Gen does respect the alchemy, though, so maybe he wouldn't actually take him out.
But Gen eventually confesses, the old geezer helped us out too. We're about to have a launching ceremony. Care to take a ride in? And Chris, you know I love launching ceremonies. We're about to finally have one.
No.
We get a choice. Yes, I'll take a ride, or correction, maybe later. I say, hell yes. But Glenn says a novice can't possibly pilot this thing and asks me to get someone who knows boats.
I think this might be the only time in the game where you are required to go get a character and it's not explicitly said who you need. And outside of recruitments, it's like this little kind of puzzle. But
do we know that Taiho knows boats, or he just lives in the boathouse?
Well, remember, we hired him to get the boat to get to Torrent Lake Castle. So.
Okay, that's it. I just knew he hung out at the docks. I didn't remember if he explicitly was boat connected.
Yeah, and we have actually nobody on our team right now if we didn't stop by and talk to Sanchez after the room resets. But I went back and informed a party. Speaking
of parties, this is where I went to go get optional members.
Yeah, so...
Can we go do that?
Yeah, well, can I form my party first?
Absolutely. Who's in your party, Chris?
Well, of course I got Taiho because he is required for this moment so I can ride this goddamn boat. I decided to bring LePont with me.
Oh, the traitor.
How's LePont the traitor?
He said he was going to go take on T.O. Mictel's army, and then he whiffed and missed every single target, Chris.
Well, I never
betrayed my trust.
I've never really been a user of LePont, so I decided to bring
LePont fighting family. I have an entire wing at my house.
I briefly considered bringing the entire fucking family, but I didn't. Because we only have one mandatory character here, so we actually get 4 options. I brought Fusu Lu.
Oh, the Tigerman.
Yes, I brought Kirkus because we need to get him to level 35, and I brought Humphrey because I knew that Humphrey was going to be mandatory later.
I think I continue to bring Yamku because he's a really good United attack with Taiho.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I did have Taiho mostly leveled up in armor just because I needed him for the pirates. So yeah, we get Taiho. He's amped about this boat. It's really something, he says. But before we go sailing, we're going to go do some recruiting because we need soldiers. I guess.
Go to Scarlatesia Castle, that place we went and met 2 people we couldn't get last time, but now we can. I think you got to take
Milich
Milich.
with us. Yeah, so Milich is in my party. I find my boy Ivanov. He says, I see you've won. You can see freedom. Despite my age, I have never seen true freedom. Say, do you mind if I tag along with you? Being conscripted into another armor seems like freedom to me. Probably meant army.
Yeah.
Seems like freedom to me, an idiot. I'd like you to show me the freedom that you see. So my guy thinks freedom's being in the military, Chris.
It is indeed. Ivanov joins.
Anti-freedom. Chris, who is this?
Well, it's Ivanov. He's a painter, and he's the Chiyu star, the brave star. I don't consider Ivanov brave. He's a painter. I mean, you might need to be brave to be a painter, but not necessarily.
You also need to go in the military to paint. You can just do it.
You can just do it.
You can just do it.
It's not an inexpensive hobby, but it is accessible.
What was the name of the painter that became a capitalist in Terranigma?
Oh, shit. FakeNet.
Initializing FakeNet.
You're thinking of Matties.
Terranigma had a lot of good stories with minor characters.
Yeah, excellent town evolution. Patreon.com/RetroAM, 12-16 episode Terranigma series.
Yeah, go out there. He's age 30.
Despite my age, I've never seen... Do they die? Like, what's the median age in this world?
I think we decided that 30 is like half dead in this world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Are you familiar with Ivanov's services in the castle?
Crazy Ivan, the mech game made by Reflections?
He will hang out in the castle and accept paints from you. Have you been collecting paints?
Yes, whenever I dump my paint all over him, and then he slowly, I think, paints the exact same mural you have on the wall here.
Yes, we can fork over various paints that we found, and he will paint the poster that we have here in the Retrograde Asia Studios, right here to my side. So, spoiler alert, Eric, that's what it's going to look like at the end. Do you know what happens when you complete it? Do you want me to tell you now, or you want to wait till it happens?
Do I have to complete it? Can I just avoid doing the paint, or is
You can avoid doing the paint, Eric, unless you want this reward. I'll tell you what the reward is.
What's the reward?
If you give him all the paints and he paints it, which I think is funny too, because he begins to paint it now, because I did it as soon as possible, and one of the characters in there is a character we haven't met yet. So he's painting,
you can see the future as well.
He's painting the future.
That's good.
He's like Fei Fong Wong.
Okay, I was going to say the kid in the Surf Ninjas who sees the future in Game Gear, but your reference is much more appropriate to this podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with myself. If you complete the mural, he will give you the binoculars.
Okay. Excellent syllable assignment there, Chris.
That's the way they're pronounced in the movie Snatched. Excuse me, not Snatch. Snatch. I can't remember the character's name.
Bricktop.
No.
Bullet Tooth Tony.
One of the two. There are 2 black guys in the movie.
Oh, the idiot thieves.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah. He's like, I don't have a fucking set of binoculars. Anyway.
Tyrone.
Yeah, it was Tyrone. Yeah. Eric, the binoculars.
Stop saying that.
Can you guess what the binoculars do? You're never going to guess this.
There's no mechanic for them. I don't.
It allows the player to controller to adjust the camera angle in regular battles with the L and R buttons.
That should have been a party member.
That's what it can do.
I mean, if you move L and R too fast, like the screen's just black, right? It doesn't really account for extra real estate because the PlayStation can't render that much shit, right? Like it doesn't. The texture map doesn't stretch on infinitely. Isn't it just like a small rectangle that we're basically floating on?
I'm not really sure. I wonder if it just adjusts the camera angle in the preconceived camera angles that the game does anyway. You know how it floats.
It's a possibility,
around. Yeah. In war battles, he will join the team of fellows.
Oh, good.
Just me and the fellas.
That's what I need. Fellas.
His battle cry is, "This isn't work for a painter." His death quote is, "I wonder what heaven's like."
Well, he's a believer, Chris.
That's all I have for Ivanov. That took way too long. Sorry, go ahead.
I go and find Cassios, and I speak to them. They say, "Oh, Master Milich, let me join you by your side." Cassios joins. That's it.
Yes, Milich is required. In case you're wondering about Cassios, I have that information here, Eric.
Yeah, let's talk about Cassios.
Cassios is the Chiraku star in Suikoden. That is the star of music. Wow, the star of hot sounds. Cassios is age 23, and according to the wiki, Cassios is male. I guess that is
really?
I guess that is determined by where they sit in the bathtub.
Oh, well, not always. I mean, like according to the game, sure, but
there's another character that I was confused by this. So we'll get there later. But anyway, we get Cassios, and they will sing some of the various songs from Suikoden in the castle, which sing the soundtrack.
I found them, and then I jammed out to Rockland in my castle for a little while.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They are on the first floor to the left.
I like when you first speak and the sound test, whatever screen comes up, and Cassios slowly walks across the bottom of the screen, turns and faces the player. It's a nice little
They didn't have to do that,
flourish.
and they did. It's extra attention.
Mm-hmm. Cassios will join the team of musicians, along with some characters we haven't met yet. It's a magic unit.
A magic unit.
Yeah, a magic unit. Cassios will say, "Forward, brave warriors." And when Cassios dies, they say, "Sing a sad song for me."
Is Cassios basically the doof warrior?
What's a doof warrior?
Played the guitar in Mad Max Fury Road on top of the...
Oh, the
battle
doof
car.
warrior.
Yeah, the doof warrior,
Yeah,
of course.
of course, yeah.
Flame guitar. We're going to get one more person in anti, Chris?
Of course.
Peaceful People plays. But NPCs here, by the way, they say some new stuff, so we got to make note of it.
Oh, really?
One guy will tell me Scarlet TC, because this is all now like the region that Millage was in charge, that he was trying to rename and shit.
It's no longer Beer Blanche or whatever.
Yes. One guy tells me Scarlet TC Castle is now open to the public and you can go tour it. Another thinks Beer Blanche would have actually been a better name. The kid NPC celebrates because the soldiers are gone. But then I go up to Klon.
Yeah.
Qlon.
Klon.
Again, recognizes Tyr as the leader of the Liberation Army and says, "Thanks to you, I can now call this town by its original name. Now it's my turn to help you. I recruit Klon." Chris, since this writing, I've forgotten who Klon is. Please tell me.
Klon joins. Klon's a little boy. His name...
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, he's the Chikin star. That is the mighty star. He's a mighty 10-year-old boy, apparently. He is, of course, his hobby is announcing the names of towns, and his purpose is to stand outside of your castle and announce that this is called this castle, and you're making a little boy say "fuck house" every time somebody talks to him.
I was going to say, he said he's going to join Fuck Out.
Yeah.
So we've recruited a child. Have you seen the Departed, the remake with Jack Nicholson and DiCaprio?
Yes.
I think there's I could be making this up, but I'm pretty sure there's a sequence in that where Jack Nicholson has a handful of cocaine and he throws it in a sex worker's face and says, "Be somebody." Now, with Tyr's renown here, how he's just going around and he impresses this child, is he throwing the cocaine in Klon's face, telling him to be somebody and recruiting a child to get into our war?
I think so.
Okay.
Initializing fake net.
The scene Eric is thinking of actually involves the character of Frank throwing handfuls of cocaine down, then saying, "Want some coke? There it is. Don't move till you're numb."
Okay.
And how conceited do you have to be to have a kid stand in front of your castle just to announce
To
the
say
name of
"fuck
it?
house" over and over?
Yeah. Have you spoken with him at any point when
Absolutely
you go back in?
not, no.
When you do, after he announces the name of the castle, right after that, he says, "I feel so good." So
Okay.
he's very happy.
So he's happy to be. I
Yeah.
figure I want Tyr to be the kind of leader that he doesn't acknowledge those under him.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, Eric, that you can send this child out into battle during war battles who will join the Knights Party.
Into dreams?
Yes, Knights and Dreams Party. It's a political party where everybody is,
Androgynous?
yes, and can fly and do loop-de-loops or whatever that game does. I don't fucking know.
You and my wife just criticize it all day. Go ahead. Do some more Knight slander. See if I give a shit.
Battle cry, "I'm going to fight too." Death quote, "Can't die, but I'm not strong enough."
No shit, you're 8. How old is he?
10.
Okay.
That's all I've got for Kalon. The Romanji, the Romanized version of the Japanese, is Quran, which is probably the correct name because there's some confusion later about this. Anyway,
I don't know about naming something Quran in English, Chris.
well, it's not spelled like Quran. Yeah, I get it, but whatever. It's not spelled like the Quran. Yeah, let's go to Kirov, Eric.
Let's go to Kirov. Music. Dancing Girl plays.
Yeah, don't forget that we had to sail our new swanky boat to get here.
Yeah, we go up
whirlpools.
north, right?
Yeah,
Through is it like an even deeper whirlpool or something?
I fucking Oregon Trail that shit.
This place is brown as shit. Multiple canals full of brown water. Is that raw sewage?
Yeah, what do you think the population of Kirov is, Eric? Wrong.
8,600 and dropping.
5,800. Kirov is a port city that trades actively with foreign nations such as Joustin. Its position close to the northern border of Joustin and ready access to Lake Torrent makes it an ideal location for traders.
Traders or traders?
Traders.
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 Traders. Like,
Traders.
Like merchants and stuff.
Oh, okay.
This is interesting. Although the Scarlet Moon Empire forbids trade with other countries, many merchants in Kirov smuggled goods from Joustin and other neighboring nations.
I was going to say, this place looks like it's not on the up and up to me.
Yeah, that's true. It does make sense that the Scarlet Moon Empire takes the isolationist position, just based on how they rule their lands. But yeah, this place, I wouldn't say it looks like, it doesn't look like shit.
Dude, there's open sewage flowing through the city streets, man.
Really?
It's
Okay.
brown water.
I thought it was just salty.
It's brown. Have you seen brown salt?
No, I was
It's floating turds, man.
Dancing Girl.
Bottom left is a portrait. This is Melody?
Yeah.
Spelled Melody?
She looks very confused.
I'm Melody. Who are you? Wow, the leader of the Liberation Army. I'm nothing compared to you, but a rune master once told me that I have a special power. To use it, though, I need a rune. So we cannot recruit. I'm assuming she's female. Melody, right?
Yes, I believe so.
There's a lady up top that says there was a terrible battle at Kaleka.
Yes.
She doesn't even want to remember. Now, refresh me. Is Kaleka the town that I didn't... Or was that...
We're about to go there soon.
I know, but was that Kasumi Ninja's town?
No, that was Rokaku.
Okay,
I think Kaleka has been mentioned by Matthew at some point.
There's like a lot of K's here. It's throwing me off like all the R's in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The guy next to her
and M's. Sorry.
Yes. George Railroad. The guy next to her says the Empire's control is lax around here, so there are a lot of seafaring smugglers in the shit river. The guy up top seems to know about the Liberation Army's secret factory and says the village of Kaleka is north of here, but it's in ruins now. So we're about to see our first decimated town, Chris.
Yes.
In the south, there's a guy that tells us the big house over there belongs to Kanto, the boss of Kirov.
Yes.
Kunto.
Kunto.
Do we meet up with Kunto in this game?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Like in 20 minutes.
Wiped.
Yeah.
Done.
You'll remember.
See. In the bottom right is a sprite way larger than you expect. This person is washing towels in a bucket and hanging clothes in a line pinned between two houses. Who is this?
A lot of custom sprite work here for old Sarah.
Sarah's doing some washing.
Yeah. You speak with her, she says, "Who are you people? I'm just doing the laundry."
She has shoulder-length brown hair and her eyes are closed and looking down, indicating she is a laundry person.
You can imagine, like, Tyr's thought process here. He's like, well, you know what? We don't have anybody doing our
laundry's
laundry.
Piling up.
We fucking stink. We got a bath, but our clothes still stink, so what's the point in having a bath? So we can offer to recruit her. She accepts, but she says that because that would be a lot of laundry to do, and I guess she's a laundry enthusiast. But, Eric, there's a catch.
What's that?
She needs some fucking soap.
Just like me.
Yes. So we have to do this trading quest.
There's one of these in every game, man.
Yeah, this is a kind of a precursor to something that they build out even further in Suikoden 2.
Oh, no. Come on. Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, the guy by the armor has some soap, and we give him some. If we give him some soy sauce, someone else wants the soy sauce, but only if we give them salt. Another one has salt, but only if they want a yardstick. So go to the inn to get the yardstick, but they need sugar.
Yeah.
The item shop has sugar, so I can roll the ball down the bowling lane of shit pins where I get to soy sauce guy, and he says he's another favor, and I want to kill him, but then he says he's just kidding, and he gives me the soap.
Yeah. So you're good. So salt, soy sauce, sugar, yardstick, the four elements.
Do they use the metric system here?
Who knows? Anyway, you give it to Sarah, and Sarah joins Eric.
You brought me soap. It turns out I had some, but thanks anyway. That's hilarious.
Thanks.
Actually, that she already had soap.
Great.
It was pointless.
Great.
How do you do? Where's Sarah live in our castle? Who's Sarah, Chris? Does she have kids?
I don't know, Eric. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've met Sarah in the castle yet, so we'll note that when we see her. Sarah is the Chiso star. That is the strong star. Strong laundry washer. She's age 19. Her occupation, according to this, is a maid, which makes sense. She's a combatant, Eric. She has the throwing knife. It is the throwing knife, the laser knife, the slash knife.
So she can be in our party?
Yeah.
I should put her in my party immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to put some of the characters that I don't usually use party, so Sarah might be one for me too. In war battles, she joins the secret factory team. I guess because she lives close to the secret factory.
And that's a team sport.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would imagine most people here are employed at the secret factory. Like that's like the regional Fortune 500 company that's going to like employ a bunch of the community.
Yeah, if the government shut down the borders, you got to make ends meet somehow.
Got to get them unionized soon.
Yeah, unionize the secret factory now.
That's right, absolutely, do it. I went to the inn next.
Yeah,
I talked to Georgius. Georgius. Georgius.
It's George. It's like that's how the French spell George.
Oh, thank you. Your
George.
French knowledge has come in place now.
Yes.
French fake net. Say the word Georgius.
Création de faux filets.
Georges.
Thank you.
Imbécile incompétent.
Yes, I am an idiot.
Yes.
It says, my name is George. My occupation is free man, you may say. To put it simply, I'm an idler. Why don't we play a game? If you beat me, I'll join you. Chris, let's describe ourselves as idlers.
I think that's not totally inaccurate.
I don't know, man. I have a 40-hour week job and this. That's not really idling. Let's go be idlers.
Maybe it's aspirational for me.
Okay,
I want to be an idler.
A man of leisure.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he says we get Joy time plays, and we're playing a card matching game.
This is not
happening.
This is not a Joy time for me.
It's not. This is stressful.
This matching game sucks ass.
It's like portraits disappear, and there's like 30 portraits on the screen, and then you match two, and like half the screen goes away.
You have the highest probability of doing the easiest version because
of course
there are fewer matches.
Yeah, you play on easy, but you have to beat his record, and on easy the record is 15 seconds.
Yeah,
and my first attempt took me 70 seconds.
Yeah, You've really got to do it. You've really got to work hard at this.
My next note is holy fuck this shit.
Yeah.
How long did this take you to get this idiot?
Probably 10 to 15 tries.
Like, this is the most irritated I've been since I tried to get the long dark coat from Big Joe in Xenogears when you get to beat him in the speed game.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, you did win eventually, though, right, Eric?
Yes. I choose match, I choose 5. It makes me choose 3, and I break the record at 7 seconds. Like, I only had to choose 3, and I won.
Great.
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 Cool.
You win. As promised, from now on, I'm one of you. George just joins.
Well, thanks, George.
Gorgeous George.
He's the Chitsatsu star, the violent star. He does violence with his dumbass matching game. He's age 24. Of course, he's a free man, an idler, etc.
Fremen.
He joins the team of archers for some goddamn reason. He's an archer, too, apparently. His battle cry is, "This is kind of a game." His death quote is, "Hey, see ya." That's all. You can go to the castle and play this game again, but why the fuck would you want to do that?
No,
I'm not doing that.
Did he die in battle?
It says that his death quote is not used, so perhaps not. Also, you don't want that to happen. I mean, maybe you do. Who knows? So, yeah, that's it for him. Anything else?
I go in the house of clothes lady Sarah. Her house is empty because she's in my castle now. I get in her bed and I roll around a little bit. I approach the stove and hit X and put the cooking shit in the empty house. Tyr tastes the stew, and the game says it's very smooth, which is a word I always use to describe the way stew tastes.
I thought you
do
don't.
this?
Hold on a minute. You're not a soup guy, but are you a stew guy?
What's the difference?
That's what I'm about to ask you. I think stew's a little heartier.
To me, stew is something that is actively on the pot, still boiling, and you get your ladle and you put that in. Like, soup to me is like a finished product that you drink from. Stew, on the other hand, has a little bit more shit floating in it, but it's equally non-viscous.
I think you can also use the word stew to describe non-edible things.
Like what? What do you mean?
Like my shit is stewing in the toilet?
As a verb, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, stew, the noun, I think is meant to be edible.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Do you know anybody named Stuart? You ever call him Stu? I don't. Seems rude.
I don't know any Stewarts.
Big house by the dock. One chef guy here. 2 big rugs. A front desk reception area with 2 plates.
Mm-hmm. Chef guy will not appear here until you've tasted the soup in both those houses.
Oh, really? I just did that just to fuck with shit.
Yeah. No, that's the only way he will appear.
This is Lester, and he says, "Oh my, you've gone around tasting all my stews. You must be someone special if you appreciate the taste of my stew," metaphor. "I see the leader of the Liberation Army, no wonder. Well then, I'll join your entourage." I'll be like, my dude, I already got a chef.
Yeah, why not have 2 chefs? Lester joins.
Lester joins and we rob this town of the last thing it has going for it.
Yes. Lester is the Chizo star. That is the...
Chorizo?
Yes, the hoarding star. He hoards the ingredients. And Lester's age 39. He's well-aged. He's a chef, of course. He can join combat. You want to join the team? Want to have a chef on your team to beat ass? Because his weapon's called the pan. It upgrades to the pot. And what is the ultimate form of the pot, Eric?
A moonlight weed.
Wok. Wok.
Okay.
So, great. He joins the team of cooks along with his...
So there's more cooks.
Well, no. I mean, it's Antonio, and they throw Rock in there for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's cooking my items behind my back.
Yeah. I think you mused that maybe Rock has dried meat in his vault, and that's why he's considered a cook. Who knows?
The cook job class in Yakuza 7 was exceptional.
Oh, yeah. I had Ichi as a cook for a good while in that game. For some goddamn reason, Lester has no unite attacks. You'd think he'd be able to do a unite attack with the other cook.
Just dump the stew on somebody. It's a 2-man dump job.
Yeah, that's all for Lester. Thanks,
and that's
Lester.
all for this episode of the show, Chris. Join us next time to see us go to Kaleka.
And the secret factory.
Well, all the secrets will be revealed. We're going to build a fire spear out of rocks and wood.
Odessa's parting gift. Thanks. You want to consult the RealNet right quick?
Yeah.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, RealNet. Nice to see you again. Nice to see your usernames on a screen in words that you've typed. John Doe says Kasumi fucking rules. Yeah, Kasumi fucking rules. I like Kasumi a lot. I forgot to mention this, but Eric Von Ein mentions that Kasumi has a pre-equipped rune called the Strike rune, or the Shrike rune, which I believe is a spammable physical attack.
Spam fizz.
Apparently, according to Bon Voyage Amigo, there is a Hanzo in the video game Overwatch.
Sounds reasonable. You played that game, Chris, not me.
Hattori Hanzo in the Samurai Warriors game uses the Kasari Gama as his weapon, according to Panda Pajama 17. Oh, I guess the Shrike rune does an Izuna drop type move. Are you familiar with that move?
Absolutely not, Chris.
It's like a grab you, jump high into the air, and slam you on your head.
Oh, Yoshimitsu's back throw. Got it.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu.
I think that's what it is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, Yoshi goes like 30 feet in the air, so I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate. But
Shy Guy 32 says, "You're that ninja." I already read that one. John Doe says, Teo out here ready to blame the Scarlaticia spore attacks on Joustin. Cal L says the elf village was a false flag operation.
never happened. You ever been there? You anybody who went there? No, it never existed.
Psycho Paladin Jr. says, yes, we will kill Dad.
Sterilization elements in the water supply.
John Doe puts it very eloquently, for a dude with only 2 character traits, Pawn's character arc kind of fucking lands.
Beats ass, eats, questionable loyalty.
But then, ultimate loyalty.
Yes. You picked a side. Both sides case denied.
There was a both sides joke in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Probably the best joke in the movie. Don't even remember the context. The movie was fine. There's about a 15-minute sequence I would cut out, but otherwise it was fine. Cook's Page says, I think Teo just respected the fact that he lost to Pawn. Remember, Pawn was the one who turned his son in. He has to have several mixed feelings about him, but in this case, I think it's clear that he's just respecting his L. I like that read, for sure.
I don't think that Teo necessarily knew that Pawn defected and turned his son in, because Teo was at that front guarding from against whatever.
That is true.
Like he was away.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on if word traveled.
I doubt he's been back to Gregminster. Well, I don't know. He knows about the Liberation Army. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if you remember, he was sent north to deal with a border dispute with Joustin. Cal L says, can't have the Industrial Revolution without the military-industrial complex. John Doe says, monocular. You mean my telescope. Shy Guy 32 says, hooray for child soldiers. Yes, thank you, Klon. Eric Von Un apparently says that, oh man, I love Sarah. She was one of my first playthrough in-game party members.
There you go. The power of laundry.
I was just stuck with Cleo. Cleo is very good. In many ways. Shy Guy 32 says, quote, you ate all my stew, I will now die for you, which is kind of like what Lester's disposition was there.
Nice, rhymes.
When I said walk, John Doe typed walk Walkland place.
Waka waka waka.
God damn it. Okay, thanks, RealNet. We'll see you next time. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on today. It's April 25th, 2022. You can follow us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod or email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. You can get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, and more access to the RealNet. Thank you, Mark
Shepard.
for the intro music.
I think that's it. I think you got to end on top.
Thank you, patrons, for joining us once again. And until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will beat up Dad.
We're stamped out to our regret.
We're all over.
We're all over. It's all over. So I'm probably, well, I have 3 controllers, but I'm going to hide one. And when those things die, I'm just going to say, well, you didn't charge them. Guess you can't play Lego Star Wars. Stop growing it?
Yeah.
I could go ponytail.
You need to go like the little one.
I know. I literally do that sometimes. It took about 2.5 weeks for my family to get used to it.
That's what Dad is now, son. I'm 40.
Yeah, I can't. I have no choice. I have to go Duncan, Idaho man bun.
I can tell your friends at school. You know what to tell your friends I smoke too.
Yeah, tell your friends your dad's got a fucking sick ponytail, a beard, and he's killed 3 people.
You forgot a button, turn something off, wrong input.
Because I can only hear it in my left ear. It's great.
Oh, is that like are your headphones busted, or is your head congested with allergy material?
My head is, well, actually it's a holdover from all the congestion I had from COVID. Usually my left ear is the one that's get clogged, but now it's my right ear. And it's ringing and it's full and it fucking sucks.
And you want to do a podcast?
No, but guess what? If I'm talking and listening, I don't hear it, and it's great.
Oh, good. So that's the only way to make the monsters stop screaming.
Yes, the only way to make the monsters stop screaming is to record a pod, blaze podcasts, or listen to podcasts.
The app I used to track myself for fitness died, and Tiffany got me into a new one called Strava.
Strava?
Strava. S-T. It sounds like an artificial sweetener. S-T-R-A-V-A, Strava. What makes Strava unique is it's actually very shitty at tracking you unless you pay for it, but it's a social network too. So everybody who's serious about running also uses Strava. Now, when I first signed up for it, I didn't turn off all the goddamn notifications and shit. So when I would run at Cherokee Park, it would send me emails and say, this isn't his real name. Let's call him Clark.
Yeah.
Clark just beat your record. Clark just beat your record.
Well, fuck Clark.
Behringer Hill.
Yeah.
Clark just beat, like, every day I would go and every day I would send me emails saying, Clark just beat your record, and show me his fucking picture. And he was like, we're not friends. It's just this guy ran the same route that I did.
Yeah.
And he was faster than me.
Yeah. And how did you take that?
Poorly. I tried to do better than Clark. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking can't. And here's why. First off, I tell Tiffany about this after I've turned all the notifications off, and she knows Clark in real life from back in the day.
Oh.
Clark is 42. He's a little older than us. We signed up for the Triple Crown race, where it was a 5K, a 10K, and a 15K.
Mm-hmm.
Clark also entered those races and destroyed me on the 5K and the 10K. He finished about 2 minutes ahead of me.
Oh, so is Clark your new rival?
This gets worse.
Is he your Gary?
He's my archenemy, Chris.
Okay. Is your
Gary. He, on the 15K, I finished 32 out of 1,500 people. I saw everybody in front of me. Clark was not in front of me.
Oh, so Clark's a fucking cheater.
I'm in the
He's in the safe states.
He's cutting corners of the marathon. I'm in the last mile, and I've never seen this guy in my life before, but I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And I look over, and he runs by me.
Oh.
Later, we find out, because Tiffany's Facebook friends with him, he got there late and started behind. So your pure times when he kicked my ass again.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
So I'm just going around for the last 2 weeks saying, you know what? Fuck Clark whenever I get a chance. And I'm eating yesterday at a place called Toasties with Nick and Tiffany.
Like from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, spelled. It's on Shelby Street. It's very good. Great burger. We're eating at Toasties, and Tiffany pulls out her phone and is looking at Instagram or whatever and says, oh, Clark just ran a marathon in Cincinnati in under 3 hours, which is fucking fast.
Yeah.
That's really fucking fast. And I was like, when was that? And she was like, oh, around 12 noon. I'm like, fuck that guy. And I started telling Nick the Clark story.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany goes, oh, look, it's Clark. And he's walking by outside the window in his runner shit on his way into Toasties.
Wow. Huh.
Do you know how badly I just wanted to stand up and go, hey, Clark, you know who I am?
And he would say no.
Yeah, he would say no, and I would tell him what he did 3 hours ago at the half marathon, and how he passed me, and I fucking... Anyway, for Clark to walk by then was a sign that this man has to be someone I have to work to conquer.
Yes.
Like the universe is pointing me toward him and that I must destroy him.
We need those people.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those really right now.
You don't have someone who's just slightly better than you in every conceivable way?
I mean, there are people obviously that are better than me at a lot of things, but none that really
cross your path electronically and physically.
I don't go out enough, I guess. I guess I need to start getting out some more.
Go to Toasties. It's good. It'll probably be closed soon because it's good.
Well, Kev Worst says, yes, we will kill Clark.
Doesn't go well.
No, I have. I mean, it's hard enough to drink a Gatorade while walking.
To do that and then like to accept the handoff from the person with it.
Yeah.
And not splash it all over them.
Mm-hmm. Well, want to do a podcast?
No.
Okay. We don't have to. If you don't want to, we can just hang out. Oh, by the way, is that one of the new... I like your Redbirds hat.
Thank you. Yes, I
Is that one of the
acquired
new ones that the new ones that they released? I saw those.
I paid the iron price for my first hat in 4 years. So
good.
Here we are.
Good for you, Eric. Great.
Trying to get the good bend in. It comes flat these days, of course, and I don't roll that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah. It's looking nice. Panda Pajama 17 said I would hang on the real net with y'all without a podcast. Yeah, we would run out of things to talk about in like 5 minutes.
This would last about 15 minutes.
Yeah, because nothing exciting has happened to me except for...
You want to go play Ninja Turtles?
Getting sick and I growing a ponytail. That's about it. Play Ninja Turtles? Yeah, I got plenty of Ninja Turtles.
All right, shut this shit down. Let's go.
You want to
Tournament Fighters on
watch Star Wars?
No.
So am I going to have to do like 120 people?
I'll do it.
No, I don't mind doing it.
Yes.
But
It's a full cast.
Okay. Because it's going to be more than 108.
Yeah.
What if somebody who is in both games wins both tournaments? Are they the ultimate fighter? The ultimate?
I think we should do a tournament of champions, best 16 of each against each other.
Okay, and then reshuffle the seedings. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I like that one.
Super Game Master tournament.
Yeah.
And then like put Samus in for some reason.
Samus Aran?
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that because I think there's a character in Suikoden 3 named Samus.
Okay.
In one of them, there's in one of the ones that
yeah, super common name too.
So. Yeah, I know. It's a male too. It's weird.
Rewrite it.
The reason I didn't do
it live
is because I felt weird writing my name as Chris on there because that would be weird if somebody walked in here and saw that.
No, they would just think it's Daddy's notes. Remind yourself who you are.
So I'm gonna
think about who I am.
I'm just gonna write Chris and Eric. Then I'm gonna write.
My name is Chris and Eric.
Real net and fake net.
Oh my God.
Got it. All right. I'm going to redo this soon. I'm going to get like cue cards or something. I mean, index cards.
You need me to hold them up, flip them like
Yeah.
a Letterman?
Yeah.
I've
got some info. Sorry.
Yeah,
I do have some
Ninja.
Yeah, I do have some information about Rukaku from suikosource.com, by the way. No, I don't. Go ahead. No, I don't. This is what Kasumi says, so you go ahead and say it.
Actually, I'll believe that. That's probably some kind of fucking social engineering answer for your password.
Probably my mom's passwords.
Yeah, great.
Don't hack my mom. After all, the fire spears. Wait, hold on. After all, he's not, and that sounds good, but he's not. He can't keep. Is there a meat shortage right now?
In some things, yeah. At least located to the place that I am.
Okay, because it's been difficult to get meat lately. Well, not difficult.
There's a lot of things that you can't just get anymore.
Yeah.
It's just want some flaming hot Mountain Dew.
When I say difficult, it's relative to how easy normally it is to get that. I had to buy chicken at Target. That's why.
Jesus.
That's why I ask. Yeah, John Doe puts this very eloquent. I need to get something to drink after this episode.
Want some Coke? There it is. Don't move till you're numb.
A spammable, according to Pajama. I'm struggling, Eric. Panda Pajama 17.
You got to read left.
Sorry. It has to come to this. But I have to kill you.